Dear Norbert Schnedl, dear Klaus Heger, dear all of you at this important CESI conference today. I'm happy to address you today from the European Parliament's premises here in Strasbourg, from the studios of the European Parliament, to share with you my deepest appreciation. European politics has done a lot of mistakes over the last years, especially in the field of irregular migration. We are lacking of leadership, we are lacking of clear decisions in order to protect not only our borders, but also the ones who seek refuge, but don't even know that there is no asylum right for the vast majority of them on European soil. At the same time, we are lacking in the competition for regular migration all over the world, attractivity, attraction, and opportunities for regular migrants. So we face a lot of trouble. We need a lot of leadership on European political scenery, but who always stood on the side of the European people, who has been standing on the side of the European people and will remain to do so, are the civil servants all over Europe in all the different branches and areas. Actually, we Europeans, we had to suffer a lot of crises over the last years, or even more than a decade, if we include the finance crisis more than 10 years ago, nearly 15 years ago. The migration crisis, the pandemic, also the war of Putin, Russia against all of us in some sense, and of course now also inflation, energy crisis, the economic situation overall, and who is still standing strong on the side of the European people, of our liberal democracies, of our societies, is the civil service, are the civil servants all over Europe. And this is why it's so important that the appreciation doesn't only come from my side as a parliamentarian, but from our societies and from the executive branches, the governing bodies as well, all over Europe, because this is what guarantees still in times of crisis some kind of stability, some kind of predictability, and can also strengthen the confidence of people in our liberal democracies, in our European way of life, in our civilization. And this is so important that I want not only to share with you my appreciation for what civil servants have been doing, but also for today's conference, because today's conference will be seen as a clear signal of a strong civil service and a civil service we can still rely on even in times of crisis. And of course, especially for my part in my parliamentary work, I see it as my obligation to do my best to overcome this lack of leadership on European level, especially when it comes to irregular migration, when it comes to security risks, when it comes to also the protection for the people who want to come to Europe but don't even know that they are misled by the organized crime structures of smuggling, of human trafficking. These are the sources of harm, of risk, of danger for Europe today. So let's fight together these organized crime structures. Let's establish a good structure of development aid and help for people in their homes where they should not be uprooted at all. And let's also prepare Europe for more competitiveness in the competition for regular migration, for our labor markets, for our future, for our prosperity, for Europe's opportunities and the opportunities of the Europeans in the future. Thanks to civil services, thanks to all civil servants, thanks to you for organizing today's conference. All the best. I look forward to the further cooperation with CESI and with all of you. Best regards from the European Parliament.